Good morning friends, welcome to Sharekhan pre-market view. Indian markets continued their upward march yesterday and Sensex was up by about 500 points and conquered 24,000 while Nifty was very close to 7,200 on the spot Nifty front. However, some late profit booking saw Sensex erasing some of the gains and finally managed to close 320 points up. If we look at the global markets, US market had a very stable kind of a session. With Dow closing up by about 19 points, S&P was absolutely flat, and Nasdaq saw some amount of correction with indices closing down by about 13 points. This was after most of the investors saw earnings season being quite decent, and the retail sales numbers, the more excitement was on the revision part of the March series, wherein the retail sales closed at the highest point for the US economy. Back home, if you look at the flows continues to be absolutely robust. FIs had poured in about 2026 crores of money in the cash market. They were buyers of index future to the tune of about 1500 crores. So more than 3500 crores coming in the indices yesterday in a single session, whereas DIs were seller of about 600 crores. So Singapore Nifty currently is indicating a positive opening by 20 points. If you look at the Asian markets, they are mixed, taking signals from the US market. We have a positive opening to begin with. Now, to have a exhaustive view on how Nifty is placed from this current levels after the huge upswing in the last 3 sessions, let me have Sadhana.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. Yesterday Nifty started the session with all-time high above the mark of 7,100 ahead of exit polls projected a win for Narendra Modi-led NDA government. Along with that, we have seen that for third day in a row, long positions were built up by market players as around 13.16 lakh shares were added in Nifty futures and price also increased by approximately more than 1%. And along with that, we have seen that cost of carry decreased marginally by 3% and Nifty futures premium also decreased from 28 points to 26 odd levels. On the options front, PCR is decreased marginally from 0.78 to 0.77, which is clearly indicating that call option has added more number of shares than put option. In yesterday's trade, we have seen that call option has added around 10 lakh shares in open interest, and we have seen that unwinding activity taking place in put option. It is clearly visible in the options activity, as we can see 6,800 and 6,500 put option has seen unwinding activity in open interest front, but as of now 6,500 stands with highest number of shares in open interest. On the call strike of 7,200, 7,300 followed by 7,500 stands with had seen good activity, good additions in open interest front. As of now 7,500 stands with highest number of shares in open interest. There is no security in ban period today, and after a long trading sessions yesterday, FIs were net buyers of approximately 2,400 odd crores in future and option segment. Our 5-day VWAP is 6930, lower range for the market would be 7930, and we expect market to be at 7,200 and 7,050 levels. As Singapore Nifty is again up by 24 points, which is at 7163.50 levels, so we may see a gap up opening in Nifty. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, now let's look at some of the stocks which could see some action today based on the news that have come out. Now the first we have is MSCI is going to have its semi-annual rebalancing today. There is an expectation that there could be an increase in the weightage of Aurobindo Pharma in the indices, which could bring some amount of buying flow into the Aurobindo Pharma stock. So one can long Aurobindo Pharma with stop loss of about 608 for potential target of 639 and above that at 650. Also, there is expectation that since HDFC Bank is struggling with the FI limit, there could be a drastic weightage reduction in HDFC Bank in the indices, and hence one can short HDFC Bank with stop loss of about 804 for potential target of 764 and below that at 748. Now, yesterday government has notified a reduction in the export subsidy which was given to sugar companies by 32%. Earlier, the allowed export subsidy was about 2,277 rupees. This has been brought down to 2,277 rupees from 3,300 rupees earlier. Now this is negative for export based sugar companies. We feel that one can short Balrampur Chini on this news for potential target of about 60 with a stop loss of about 64.25. If we look at the watch list today, then we have stocks with positive bias. We like Power Grid, Excite, Reliance Infra, L&T and Maruti, whereas one can short stocks like Z Entertainment and Kane India with a stop loss of about 2 odd percentage points. If you look at results which are going to be announced today, we have Asian Paints which is going to announce its Q4 number. The expected PAT is 290 crores. We have Bajaj Finance where the estimate is about 195 crores. We have ICRA which is going to announce its Q4. The estimate is 217 million rupees. We have Info Edge where the estimate is about 35.8 crore rupees. We have Tata Steel which is going to announce its numbers. The expectation is 913 crore. That's one of the big numbers which is coming in. We also have Tech Mahindra which is going to announce its numbers. The estimate is about 636 crore rupees. Moving on to the news roundup, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs yesterday also ratified the end decision for the divestment of 4.66% in power equipment manufacturer BHEL. Now this is going to be done through block deals on the stock exchange. The decision was ratified by the CCEA, which was headed by Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. Now CCI also cleared yesterday Wilmar's deal with Renuka Sugar. Now Wilmar, as you would know, that is looking to pick up a preferential stake in Renuka Sugar and has also made an open offer for the same. So the same deal as per CCI would not have an adverse impact in terms of competition in the country. Also, friends, government is likely to infuse additional capital of about close to 8,000 crores into the PSU bank in the current fiscal year. This is to expand their capital base given their overall requirement and the NPAs that they have. Now, this is a positive news for some of the PSU banks, especially a weaker bank which have very weak capital base. Hence, certain banks like Union Bank of India, Central Bank, IDBI Bank could be some banks which could be in action on the positive front. Also, Jubilant Life Science has signed a drug discovery pact with Finland's Orion Corporation to develop medicines in the neuroscience therapeutic way. This deal is a very positive deal for Jubilant Life Science, and one could have positive impact, sentimentally positive impact on the stocks. That's it, friends, we have in the morning conference. Thank you.